Hey, it's me. It's been a while since we did a live together, so I wanted to hop in and give you a little bit of information before I go and do TMC. And one of the things that, hold on, let me see. It looks like my screen is a little bit, hang on while I put you on filter. Yes, I know, right? I love this filter. So let me know what's been going on for you, what you're dealing with, what you're facing. I'll share with you a little bit about holler at me if you can hear me, and make sure that it's like correct. Because I switched to my phone, so I want to make sure that it's you're picking up what I'm saying. So what happens is that we get into this place where we think, I'm really wanting change. I'm really seeking to change. But then you do your vision board, you do your manifestation, you do your fear, and what happens is that you are not focused on what is driving that fear or what is calling you to be like taking action and understanding why you have certain habits and beliefs around what you can achieve and what you can do. Listen, these habits and the beliefs go all the way into work ethic, how much you should work, how much money you're capable of earning, all of those things. And it is vitally important that you understand that it is not about the whole thing around changing your life direction and conquering your fear is not about anyone else. It's only about you. And so what happens, I'll move closer. What happens is that you focus on the how. How do I do it? And you don't understand and you don't focus on what you must do, which is look at your beliefs, look at your fears, look at your doubt, look about, so when you're praying or you're asking and you're seeking for direction, what happens is that you ask and you seek, but you're seeking from the place of, I'm going to control how that support comes in for me. I'm going to control how it's received for me. And you don't get to do that. Your job is not the how it gets done. Your job is the to do. And what happens, I find a lot with most intuitives, is we like to be the boss. We like to be in control. And we forget that even in changing your mindset and asking for direction, your team, your helpers, your guidance, your soul knows exactly how to get you there. And so I had this conversation the other day with a client that I was taking on, and she said, I go into all of the groups and I go into, let's say the healer group, or I go into the coaching group, or I go into whatever. And she said, I'm sick and tired of seeing all of these healers and coaches and everything else that are showing up and they're doing their lives and they're doing their posts. And she said, I just don't feel like they're standing in their truth. And what I want is someone who really stands in their truth. And that's me. I stand in my truth 100%. This is who I am. This is who I show up to be. This is who I am when I'm not on a live. This is my all day, every day. It's not like I just play the role. I conquer my own fears, and listen, they still come up to this day. It's not that you ever get to this place of perfection. That never happens. We're not meant to be perfect. We're meant to be creatures of change. except for what happens is that we're so resistant to change that we decide that that's going to put us into survival mode or whatever the case may be, and we stop focusing on what we want to feel. What do you want to feel instead of the pain? What do you want to feel instead of the fear? What do you want to feel instead of chaos? What do you want to feel instead of the story that you have to struggle to get there? What do you want to feel in order to conquer what you want to conquer? If you want to be successful in business, and it doesn't matter what kind of business you're in, real estate, spa services, doesn't matter. If you want to show up and be successful, even in relationships, if you want to show up and be successful in your marriage, in your relationship, in your friendships, you have to know who you are. You have to know what drives you. You have to know what's important to you. You have to know what your fears are and not get triggered by them. Or if you do, then you quickly move out of that space. So, any questions? Before I move forward, and y'all can hear me okay, I hope. All right. So here's the thing. This is not an act for me. This is not like, oh, I'm just playing a game. No. All day, every day. Look, and that's why I say I'm a leader because I chose that. I'm a leader because I know I can deliver 100% of what you need in order to get there. You have to do the work. You have to show up for yourself. My qualifications for people when I'm working with them is two things. Are you going to show up and do your work? Are you going to take responsibility and accountability for what you are doing in your life? And I'm telling you, the biggest thing that will help you shift one thing is to understand that the reason why there is change in our life and struggle in our life is because you're not answering the calling of what you're meant to do in your life. And listen, we all have dreams, right? We all have things that we aspire to do. But what stops you is what goes on in here. What goes on in here will stop you every single freaking time. Unless you deal with it, unless you face it, unless you give it some direction and reins and understand where it's leading you, where it's not. Mindset is the biggest obstacle that we face as people. There's nothing out of your limits. There's nothing that you can't do. There's nothing you're not meant to do. And I hear it a lot too, where people say, oh, well, it didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. Have you said this to yourself? This is what you need to ask. Have you said, well, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, so I wasn't meant to do that? Raise your hands, because I've done that in the past. So it's really important for you to understand the things that you're choosing to do and the actions that you're choosing to take either support you or keep you in struggle. And how you know they keep you in struggle is if you feel conflict, if you feel disempowered. How do you feel disempowered? We all know when we feel disempowered, don't we? I know I do. And this is why. So when you see me posting about my mastermind, or you see me posting about, the things that I help women conquer, or business owners conquer, or whatever, it's because that's really happening. This is what I do. This is my everyday. Conquering beliefs, conquering struggle, conquering set viewpoints. Oh my God, do I love, my favorite thing in the world is to blow apart the theory of what you're capable of doing. Because honestly, what happens is the world gets a hold of you as you get older. And you start letting go of possibilities and dreams. And that's not who we're meant to be. We're meant to dream. We're meant to look at possibilities. We're meant to aspire to be greater in whatever way that is for you. And listen, it doesn't have to be in my way. It doesn't have to be in the healing world. It doesn't have to be in the spotlight like I am. But you might be aspiring to be a great wife, a great mom. But you won't let yourself conceive, or you won't let yourself have a great relationship. Why? Because you're addicted to the struggle. You're addicted to the pain. You're addicted to the story that you run through your mind. The story is, oh, relationships are hard. Have you said that one? Or working is difficult and challenging. It's difficult to find clients, or it's difficult to make money, or you have to work hard. How about that one? Anybody have that one? None of these are actually true statements. They are what society dictated to you, what you heard your family say, what you heard your friends say, what you heard your husband say, and it just gets regurgitated generation after generation after generation. And its only purpose is to keep you small. Do you understand what I'm saying? Give me a thumbs up if you're here with me. Let me know. Shoot me some heart showers. Those are great. I love those. Heart showers. Let's play. So, all right. Thank you. I appreciate the heart showers. That's my favorite one. The giddiness that you see, the aliveness that you see when you see me is real. That's what I feel. I love conquering things. I love possibilities. I like to reinvent myself a lot. I love playing with my identity. I love pushing through body stuff also. Listen, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, and I can't stress this enough. There is nothing, absolutely nothing, hear me when I say this, I'm going to scream it again, that you are not capable of doing. Anything that's in your wheelhouse you can do. Anything that's in this world that you want to desire to do, you can do. It's only up to you. So, don't resist change anymore, and let go of the freaking story that it has to be difficult or the hard, or you don't know how to do it. Maybe you actually do know how to do it. All right. If you're interested in jumping into my mastermind, it starts on May 9th. I have a couple places open, and if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I suggest that you book a breakthrough call with me for either. During my breakthrough calls, we cover a lot of things that I intuitively know are blocking you. So PM me and I will send you the information to book a call with me. And until then, I hope you have an amazing, blessed Monday, and go conquer those fears. Go conquer that struggle. Let it go. It serves no purpose. I'm telling you, the only benefit that you're getting out of holding the story and holding the struggle is that you get to be a victim. You get to be a victim of that story over and over again. So, I love you. Have a great day. Bye.